Welcome to Backyard Family Fun, the podcast from Pride Pool Spas and Leisure Products. In Claxton and Savannah, Georgia, this family-owned business has spent decades helping create memories that last a lifetime. Whether you're a pool owner, a spa lover, or just looking to turn your outdoor space into a true retreat, we've got you covered right here on the Backyard Family Fun podcast. Welcome to Backyard Family Fun. I'm Dee Daniels. We are sitting in the Savannah location of Pride Pool Spas and Leisure Products, and I'm here with my good buddy Warren Fair, in-ground pool specialist here at Pride Pools. Warren, welcome back to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
This is going to be a great conversation. I feel like this is such a great time. I mean, we're in the thick of summer, and everybody is talking about pools. And I think one of the cool things that we're doing right now, just as a people, we are looking at our pools saying, maybe we want something better next year. Maybe we want something different. Maybe we want to add on. Maybe we want something new, something modern. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about trends and just sort of talk about like what homeowners are buying, why they're buying it. One of the things that I feel like we're seeing is, you know, when we go on vacation, we go to that resort, we're like, could we do our backyard like that?
Right.
know,
right,
and I'm sure you're getting the same questions.
Yeah. You know, the way I see pools is I kind of see pools like homes. You know, a home is a home, a pool is a pool, but it's actually not. You know, tastes change, trends change, you know, fashion changes inside the home. You know, it used to be dark cabinets, now it's white cabinets and this and that. So pools, I think, are kind of like the same way. It used to be, give me the 20 by 40, the biggest pool I can possibly get, and, you know, I have to have it 8 feet deep. I have to have a diving board. And what we're kind of seeing is that's not the case anymore.
Okay.
You know, what I've seen over the last few years is maybe pools are trending a little bit smaller, and people are doing more in the backyard.
Right.
So you're absolutely right. You know, we go on vacation, we go to this hotel, and we see this pool, and then it's, you know, cased with palm trees and some green space and a pop of color, and there's a water feature. And, you know, so I think people are trying to get to the point where they're vacationing in their backyard and they're creating a space in their backyard. So what I equate it to is, you know, the fireplace in the living room of the house. It's a central feature in the house, but it's not the living room.
That's right.
Your pool's the same thing. Your pool is the fireplace of your backyard, and then there's everything else that
around
makes it the outdoor kitchen, the landscaping, you know, the seating area. So I think that's kind of where we're seeing is the backyard oasis trend trying to take off.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, you know, you talk about like the pool being like the centerpiece of the backyard, and it really is. And I think, you know, a lot of people are coming into Pride Pools saying, okay, you know, what can I do around the pool that's going to give me that same feel that you're talking about? You know, is it possible we don't have an outdoor kitchen? Can I put one in? What does that even look like? How do I get all of these things to sort of talk to each other? Can I put lights up here? Can I, you know, you're having these like full-on design conversations.
Absolutely, because it's kind of like the chicken or egg conversation. It's like, yeah, let's get a pool. And then 2-3 years later, you're like, well, I want an outdoor kitchen. Well, did I run gas for that outdoor kitchen? Do I have electrical hookup? So it's really when somebody comes in, and we've talked about this on other episodes of, I try to get their vision up front and early because putting a pool in your backyard, it's not like buying a used car.
Right.
Let's go ahead and we'll compromise on a few things now, and we'll trade it in a couple of years, and let's get another one. Yeah. No, the only way you get in another pool is go get another house.
That's right.
So I really want to make sure from the get-go is like, okay, let's take care of the instant gratification, if you will. Let's get the pool taken care of. But what's the future? How's this going to evolve? Do you want an outdoor kitchen? Should we put electrical around the pool? Are you wanting a fire pit in a couple of years? Do we need to run a gas line for that? So definitely want to talk about all those things in the design phase because let's be clear, it's never going to be done. It's a labor of love, and you're going to keep investing and pouring in your backyard. So let's make it right.
Absolutely. One of the other things I see a lot of people talking about this year is really kind of we've got a smart home. We want a smart backyard too. We want smart controls for everything.
Sure.
We've got the thermostats working with everything. We got our phones to be able to figure out, okay, we're leaving the house. We want this to happen. How does that translate when we're doing the backyard with the pool and everything with smart controls? Is it possible for us to turn our backyard from where we have it now into having all of that?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the setting the backyard into an oasis, there's more things, and with more things comes more control of these things, and we don't want 5 or 6 different light switches and the landscape lighting to come on. And so what you see now with a lot of home automation, there's pool automation too. A lot of these companies, getting into the variable speed pumps, super energy efficient to run your pool. It's on a timer, it's on its own little brain, but then to control that, definitely we use a product now where there's an app on your phone. I mean, there's an app for that. We can change the speed. If sitting right here right now talking to you, I can turn my waterfall on at my house. I can turn my lights on from my house.
Nice.
Landscape lighting. You can set schedules. So all of that is become very attractive to the consumer because, again, you're investing all this money back there. You've got this pool. And if the pool runs at a certain RPM or a certain speed to keep the pool happy, but when the waterfall comes on, well, maybe I need more speed. And that's where the automation will kick in to make these things work. So you get that feel of the pool is acting like a resort, and it's not more work for me. It's basically doing the work for
running
you.
itself.
That's right.
Absolutely. That's what we want. I mean, I just feel like, the busier we are and we're chasing everything we need to chase in our everyday lives, to be able to have that taken care of, that's a big deal.
That's right. I mean, the days of, oh man, I don't want to buy a pool, it's so much work. Well, we want to take that work part out, and as much as the pool can do on its own, and you just walk out, I mean, that's why we've gone to, smart controls, automation, robot cleaners in the pool.
Yes.
The last thing I want to do is get up on Saturday morning when everybody wants to use the pool,
right?
And now I'm going to go chase leaves for an hour, and so if the pool can take care of the heavy lifting, you can do the heavy playing.
Right. No doubt about it. I want to talk too about one of these trends that I think is really important. The whole alternative pool type, the fiberglass, the vinyl liner pools, that is certainly still quite a thing. Maybe even kind of coming back around where people are like, is it more affordable? What are we doing with that? Yeah.
And people always sit in my office and they say, well, what's the best pool? Well, I don't think one's better than the other. It's dependent on your situation.
Yeah.
Obviously the most economical pool is probably a liner pool, and the most expensive pool is your custom gunite, custom concrete. Well, anytime you put the word custom in front of anything,
more expensive.
It's more expensive right off the rip.
Yeah.
In a gunite concrete pool, it takes a lot longer to build, and I think what people are looking at is how quickly can I get it? If I'm building a pool in the middle of summer, I don't want it to take 90 days over the summer so I can swim this winter, So definitely with your vinyl liner pools, your fiberglass pools, installation, you're looking at 3, 4, 4.5 weeks, and you should be in the pool.
Right.
A gunite pool, there's a curing process. It's just a whole different beast.
Longer.
And then it also comes with the price tag of a custom concrete pool. So I think people are seeing that they can get what they want. The liner industry, the fiberglass industry, they've done phenomenal things with the shells that are available now and the things that we can do. We can put tanning ledges in a liner pool that before it was unheard of. I mean, you got a basic rectangle pool and that's what you got. No, we do free-form liner pools with sun shelves, tanning ledges, benches. I mean, we can give you all of those amenities that you could get in a custom concrete pool at a much more affordable price and get you swimming a lot faster.
Right.
So I think we're trending that way a little bit because let's be clear, everything's more expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
So if I can still get what I want at a different price and not have to pay that custom concrete premium, then that's what I think we're seeing happen right now.
Yeah, nothing says luxury to me like a tanning ledge and a pool.
Absolutely.
I am not
that's
even
what you
playing.
see. That's what you see at the hotels. You go to the hotels. There's ledge loungers or those little chairs in the shallow end. You can sit there, watch the kids splash.
Awesome.
And we're seeing a lot of young families really looking. I mean, it used to be 1 out of 5 pools that I talk to people about maybe wanted a tanning ledge. Now it's like, I have to have a tanning ledge. I have to have a spillover. You know, it's because they want that oasis in the backyard that they saw at vacation.
No doubt. I think it's the coolest thing. I absolutely love it. I love when we go to somebody's house and they have a pool and the tanning ledge, and it's like, okay, this, I could sit here. You know, it used to be like we're either in the pool or out of the pool.
That's right.
And now we can do a little bit of both.
You're either hot or you're not.
Exactly.
And this way you don't have to get all the way in. You can get the best of both worlds.
You can do a little bit of both. Let's talk a little bit about when we're trying to be a little more energy efficient, when we're trying to lower some of the operating costs. What can we do? What are we looking at? What can we install something new? Can we do a little upgrade of what we've got going on? What are you seeing trend wise when we're trying to get more energy efficient?
Yeah, and that kind of goes back to that variable speed pump and that automation conversation that we had. You know, Department of Energy came out a few years ago and said you cannot put a single speed pump on a pool anymore, because a single speed pump, if you're running in the summertime and you're running it at 3,000 RPMs nonstop to filter as much water as possible, you know, average electricity bill just to operate your pool is about $100, $120 a month. And I think what we've seen now with variable speed operation, and when I say variable speed, is the pump has a computer, it has a brain of its own, and you can program it to run 3,000 RPMs and then step down to 2,800 RPMs or 2,500 RPMs, and then you can step it all the way down at night when you're sleeping at 1,800 RPMs. The bottom line is your pool is running 24 hours a day. It's filtering water, it's taking care of itself, but it's using so much less electricity during peak and non-peak hours. And what we found is, you know, you can run a pool 24 hours a day for $35, $37 a month on an average, which is very attractive to people because, you know, we invested all this money and now we just pushed our electricity bill up $120 a month.
Right.
So we're seeing a lot of that. So every new pool nowadays gets a variable speed pump. You even look at the heaters that are going on pools or heater pump chillers. They all have an Energy Star rating to do that.
Right.
And then, of course, the automation. You know, if you're a legacy pool, you run the pool 24 hours a day, it wouldn't turn off unless you walked out there, manually found the switch, flipped it off and turned it off. And then, oh my God, did I remember to turn it back on tomorrow? So there was a little bit more work or owner interaction with it. Well, you can do that now from the couch. You can sit on the couch and say, you know what, let me set the schedule with this automation and then set it and forget it kind of thing. The pool now will run on that last programming, save you all that energy, but still take care of itself. So you are seeing a lot more people that are conscientious to the energy and wanting to put things on their pool that ease of use, but still also takes care of their budget. Yeah,
no doubt. So I'd like to sort of wrap things up with a listener question that we had about design and layout. So this particular person said, hey, look, we're going to be moving and maybe a year. What we really want is to build our backyard by design. We know, like, the house we're going to get into, we're going to have some yard. We know we're going to have a pool. We know we want the backyard to be this oasis that we've always dreamed of. So we're going in thinking we're making a plan. When you have a customer like that, you know, that walks in and says, help me build this, what are the things they need to think about, you know, going into writing this plan down as far as designing the backyard in a really smart way that they know this is going to keep on doing what we want it to do, even if we want to add something on 2 years from now or 3 years from now? How, you know, what are we thinking about in the design process?
You know, probably one of the first questions I ask is, how many people are going to use the pool 90% of the time? That gives me an idea of really what size pool you need,
right?
Not necessarily what you want,
right?
You know, several times people will come in and say, hey, we're moving to this house, blah, 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 and we need a 20 by 40, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, how many people are going to use the pool all the time? It's like, well, there's 3 to 4 of us. Okay. So, number one, let's talk about budget. But number two, are you going to do more things back there? If you put a 20 by 40 in a small-ish backyard, all you have is pool.
Yep.
There's no green space. There's not necessarily room for the fire pit. There's not necessarily room for the outdoor kitchen. So really, that's going to set the scene for your outdoor landscape area. You know, what we're seeing now is people are not necessarily going for the biggest pool they can possibly get. number one, cost. So they're going to a smaller pools, but then doing more. Taking that extra money, putting it into high-end landscaping, putting it into a nice outdoor kitchen, because you spend all of it on a pool, then you either spend the time in the pool. But if we spend it on the backyard, now we're spending time in the pool, in the backyard, doing outdoor movies with the family, sitting around the fire pit, talking about your week, cooking s'mores with the kids.
Right.
So now you've created a whole family entertainment environment. Not if we've got the pool, everybody's in the pool, or they're not.
Yeah.
Everybody's in the backyard now, and you're creating memories and moving into that new house, starting that new chapter with a whole lot of new things to do together. And I think that's kind of so. Yeah, when we sit and have that conversation, it's like, okay, well, let's figure out size of pool, and let's figure out what you want to do with the backyard, because that is really going to set the scene. We'll build everything else around that, not just make that the only thing.
Yeah, I love that. All right, one final question before you go. So besides the pool, what is your favorite thing in the backyard?
I think
Must have for you.
must have. Obviously the pool's the given.
Sure.
The must have is probably the decking around the pool. And when I say that, I've never had a customer say, "Oh my God, Warren, we got too much concrete."
Right.
It happened to me. I built my pool and I didn't know enough at the time, because it was prior to me even being in the pool industry. But I went back years later and had to add concrete because there's always that seating, that entertainment area, the outdoor kitchen area. So something to look at when you do get the pool is not everybody's going to be in the pool all the time.
Yep.
People are going to want to sit out. So the must-have is make sure that you look at the appropriate amount of space for a receiving area, entertainment area, that hangout area, because you're not going to get too much concrete. But I don't want you to look back in a couple of years and be like, man, I really wish we could, because you can always add concrete, but it's never going to match what we did the first time.
Right.
So I think that's a must-have, is to make sure that your decking package or your concrete package for your pool is appropriate for what your end goal is going to be.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think we're going to entertain, we're going to have people, and I can name a handful of friends right now that are like, I would rather be sitting beside the pool or beside the grill or beside the fire pit than be in the pool.
That's right.
All the time. I might want to be in the pool all the time. When we have the gathering, we've got people who just want to hang and just be there.
That's right. They want to be part of it, but they don't necessarily want to be in it.
Right.
And then you got to consider, I didn't get enough concrete, and then there's all that grass next to the pool, and every time I mow my grass, where does that go?
Right.
In the pool.
Exactly.
So make sure you get enough concrete.
Yeah, I love that. Great advice. And of course, if you're looking for that perfect grill, Pride Pools has got some great grills. You can come in and check out, and all the stuff that you need to go along with the grill, along with the fire pit, which I love.
Absolutely. Yeah, actually right now, I think with every pool contract that I'm signing this year, I'm giving away a free grill.
Nice.
So we kind of want to close out the summer that way, is get the pool and get a grill to go with it, because everybody want to hang around it.
Oh, no doubt. Why not, right? Warren Fair, always good to sit and talk with you. You're just tons of information every time we sit down and talk to you, so I appreciate it very much. And of course, as you're building out your backyard, come and talk to Warren. He's always got great information. And Savannah, Claxton, come and see Pride Pools. We've got all the links for everything we talked about in the show notes of this episode. Warren, thanks so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thanks for listening. Come by and meet your local pool and spa experts in Claxton on Highway 280 West, or in Savannah on Gateway Boulevard South, or go to pridepools.com. If you love backyard family fun as much as we do, be sure to give us a rating and review, and subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. And if you have a question or topic you'd love for us to cover, drop us an email, info@pridepools.com. or tap the links for Facebook or Instagram in the show notes of this episode. We'd love to hear from you. Now let's go make a splash and have some backyard family fun.
Pride Pool.